Hello, everybody, and welcome to a bit of a somber episode of Red, White and Black Chat. I'm Kat, joined with Amber. Welcome back.
Hello.
And Anna, welcome back. So Soz is in Japan and Sarah has COVID. So we are kind of not struggling because, got two very adequate subs.
Yeah. Many subs being activated.
More than adequate many subs. How are we, gals? How are we feeling?
Yeah, pretty I feel like I had a good day at work. I hadn't even thought about the footy.
Oh,
so
really?
now
It's a good
ask me
distraction.
at the end how my mood's going.
It's a good distraction. How about you, Anna?
I'm already put away the weekend, but that doesn't mean that I'm not scared. I'm already nervous about next week.
Yeah.
I'm sure early time getting nervous on Monday.
That's how much it ruined us.
Yes.
Oh, I guess we just kind of have to rip the Band-Aid off, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Saturday afternoon, perfect time to ruin your whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So
right in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So you can just be drunk for the rest of the weekend.
I didn't even have the energy to get drunk after that. I was I've got a headache.
It's too depressing. Yeah. It's literally too depressing. So it was a 5-point loss against the Hawks. So that brings us to how many losses now? Six.
6-3.
Yeah. So we are currently 14th. We are sitting. Do we start with the positives? Do we try to look for some positives? Anything that stood out to you, girls?
Let's look. I don't think I can think of one right now. I have an overall.
Silence.
I'll say overall.
Yeah.
But I don't think this should be a positive. So this is a sign that we've got issues.
Yeah.
I'm happy we didn't lose by 100 points.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Yeah.
I'm happy we're not getting slaughtered yet.
Aside from the doggies. Yeah.
But even that was,
I feel like our first quarter, that was what I feel like it was the same with GWS. Richmond, we were able to come over the line.
Yeah.
But we just let it go in the first. And then it's just that constant chasing game when they've got the momentum.
Yeah.
And us just trying to chip away at everything. But I feel like my one somewhat positive, and all my friends, when you're listening, I know what they're going to say to me. I don't think Max had a great game.
Yep.
No. But I was really happy with the actual effort that he appeared to put in. He was having second efforts. He kicked 2. I mean, obviously we want him to kick more.
Yeah.
But I think he looked a lot more in it than previous weeks.
I didn't feel that.
Me neither. I was just going to say,
no one else in my lounge room felt that. It was just me. But then my brother came around to it after he kicked his second. My brother was like, okay, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But as Kath and I spoke about just on the drive-in, sometimes I need to rewatch a game once the emotion's out of it.
Yeah.
100%.
I know the outcome because quite often I look back and I'm like, shit, how did I think they were the player of the match? I was in delusional land because they did one good thing. But no, I think I stand by my Max.
Okay.
And he nearly kicked that goal when he was in the air and scissor kicked it.
Yeah, nearly.
Nearly, yeah.
Yeah, nearly.
But I mean, that would have been
we nearly won.
That was at least it wasn't a set shot. It was, he just kicked it.
Was the second one not a free kick?
I don't know.
I feel like it was.
I can't remember.
I think one of them was.
Yeah.
One of them was.
I can't bring myself to watch the replay.
I think one was chopping of the arms.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is a positive because it happens to him week in, week out.
Yeah.
I am literally that annoying prick at the game and I'm like, he's been doing it all day because
but it happens all the time.
Yeah, they always do it to Maxi.
But I feel like Max gets in his head too. As soon as someone takes him out once, he's like, that's it. I feel like his mind is then not in it and he will then allow them to take him out of the game.
Yeah.
I find that to be the biggest frustration with him, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Even when he's kicking goals, the inability to mark the ball because you're not asserting yourself in your space and you're just not. I'd almost rather see him sit out for 2 weeks because he elbowed someone in the gut.
Yeah.
Than miss a mark.
Get aggressive. Yeah.
I will admit though, when he kicked his first goal, I said to Mum, he actually looks a bit excited about it and everyone was getting around him. Sometimes I feel like he's just people probably can't see me, they're listening to me, but he'll be like, yay, he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were the vibes I got. I mean, obviously I wasn't like next to him, so I can't actually tell that. It was just what I saw on TV. It wasn't in Tasmania, thank God.
Yeah. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for the sad Saina. He went all the way. Oh, not all the way to Tassie.
Yeah, all the
It was
way
like
over
a
the bus
30
straight.
Yeah. It's like a
but
38
to be
minute.
fair, he's a saner. That's what he gets.
Yeah, very true.
You
yeah,
know,
very
you
true.
go knowing you're liable.
To be fair, I probably like would have gone had
Yeah,
I'm not going to Europe. I would have been like
100%.
Stuff it, let's go to
yeah.
Tassie.
I'm going to Brisbane in a couple of weeks, and yeah,
For the Brisbane.
yeah.
I have some,
Yep.
and it's completely inappropriate and idealistic, but I have some feeling like by then we might be playing better.
Oh, makes fun
I'm
of us.
going to be with you.
Good on you.
I was beaming positivity last time I was on this podcast, and everyone, all my friends are just like, relax, we're not that good. And I'm like, no, I just bring the positive vibes in hopes that like I'm manifesting. I don't know how to manifest, but like manifesting like wins.
Clearly
You know
we're
what I
not
mean?
winning.
Like I just try to like be positive about it. Me about Max kicks like 2 goals the first time, and it was good.
Winnie the Coleman.
I'll make a few proper excuses for why I think we're underperforming.
Yeah.
One, we have a lot more kids playing on the field than last season. And also, I feel like as a team, because of the way the injuries happened with the people they've happened to, we haven't really played as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't had the whole everybody together playing like they were.
There's not been
training in
like
preseason.
consecutive weeks where it's been the
Right.
same team.
Yes.
Yeah, so
very
how
true.
are we getting any continuity in anything? We've not really been able to do it. So I think
I actually
I
said,
like to see the form happen.
yeah.
Now.
I think I said on the weekend, I reckon had we have had Jack Higgins, I think it would have been a big, because
I
we
said
have
that.
Yeah, we do miss
without
him.
or Butler, and I feel like can be one or the other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Butler won't like kick as many goals, but he's forward pressure. We had
Yeah.
So
no
good.
pressure in the forward line. They just
Zero.
kicked it straight back out, and then our defense was obviously working overtime again to
Yeah.
When
Get
you're
it back,
saying
yeah.
it, it's like hurting inside.
Yeah.
I know, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm getting horrible.
I feel like-
Higgins is always like, even if he doesn't get it, he's running to
Yes.
I agree. I
Yeah.
said that over the
like
weekend. as well.
Yeah.
player, trying to like just put a bit of pressure on it.
Yeah.
That's what we missed. And that's why I said, I think last time I was on the pod, I said, I think we need to chuck a defender in the forward line. I think
Yeah.
that's what we need. Like I mentioned, Jaron Geary, those few games a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
he kicked like, I think
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
goals over like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, Gordy, like put Gordy in the forward line. But I think we need something.
I still
We need-
stand by that.
I
yeah.
don't think that's a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
especially with Higgins out at the moment. And
Mhm.
obviously I am optimistic that Henry will hopefully have a
Me
better
too.
week next week.
Yeah.
I just think,
He'll get
obviously
into
after a huge stint out, match fitness, like
yeah.
gotta
it
sort
does
of, I
take
feel
a
like you
while.
just got to get into your group. I know they're highly paid athletes and they should just be able to step into it. But
Nah,
You
I
just-
think they
So we're
have
also
to play
talking about the
together.
Saints.
he's played like 2 games with Saints anyway, and they'll
Right.
practice matches.
Yes.
Or no, did he hurt himself in the Collingwood
Liam
game? I can't
Henry?
even remember. It was that long ago.
Liam Henry played 2
Yeah.
actual games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he went down with a hammy.
Is Higgins back this
No.
week?
He's out for 3,
Next
so I
week.
think he's the week after. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not on the injury list.
No, he got
No,
suspended.
he's suspended
Oh, yeah,
for that
sorry.
stupid suspension that I don't even.
No, you are so. Oh my
Yeah.
God. My brain literally is not working. Sorry
No,
about that,
that's
guys.
Fine. It's just infuriating.
Yeah. Yeah. Hardcore.
Because I feel like with him, if he was in, I feel like with Hayes as well,
Yeah.
I reckon that would have been a pretty decent forward line where goals would have
Yeah.
been
I agree with you.
kicked.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
have any dynamic anything
No.
out there.
And I
They
know-
looked tired.
I was
and-
happy
Yeah.
Philippou got dropped though.
I was happy about that too.
Sorry.
I'm
We'll
not
talk
sorry.
about
Yeah, I'm not sorry either.
we'll talk about his manager in a hot minute. We'll go back to the positives though. We like I said, we'll try to start off like I can't say happy because it's not. We'll talk about our beautiful Rowan Marshall.
Uh-huh.
28 disposals, 11 tackles, 35 hit-outs, and he won the medal.
Jack something medal, I think it's called.
The Jack something medal he
The Jack
won.
But
I think he played a great game.
Always
I was
does.
super happy with him. But I didn't watch this because like as soon as the game was over, I was
turned the TV off.
devastated.
Yeah.
I also turned
I didn't
the
want to
TV
listen
off.
to the Hawthorn.
Yeah.
I watched the golf on 5:03 on Fox Sports until the next game started.
Beautiful.
I was at the Bentley social, so.
Oh, so did you watch the presentation?
I saw a bit of it, but I was
Okay.
too miserable to really be paying
Yeah,
attention.
totally
We were all
valid.
just-
So I got a message from a friend, and I should have gone back to watch it, but like my head is just I'm so disorientated from Saturday. Said, look, like I love Marshall, but he did look like a little bit of a bad sport. So apparently he got up, received the medal. He wasn't smiling. He didn't shake anybody's hand. He just received it and he walked off. I feel like that's super out of character for him.
I was just going to say that. It almost, I'm
Yeah.
not doubting it. It almost
Yeah.
just seems unbelievable because
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the Rowan you see.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I wonder if he's just like, if that's just a summary of like how
you
he has
feel.
been feeling all season. And, you know, we've spoken about this before. He has literally no support around him. 35 hit outs, he literally dominated. Like he literally dominated the game. And he was
dominates
everywhere.
around the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
does.
dominates
Yeah.
around the ground. We were
Yeah.
saying, I'll say it again, the kick that hit Warple in the face was probably the highlight of my game. Like poor Warple, that would have really hurt.
I love a ball in the face.
It was actually hilarious. He
stuff.
just sort of like slow motion just fell backwards for no reason. And then probably 2 minutes later, Rowan went to do the same thing and Warple actually like stopped running to like get in the way of the ball because I think he was like petrified that it was going to happen again. And it was one of those Rowan like just drop it to the foot, smash it out.
Yeah,
like
he does that.
it was funny. It was really funny.
I would much rather him do that. But also I feel like lately they don't really call like kicking in danger or anything like that
No.
because he could get done for
Mhm.
a lot of that, but he never does. Like I feel like he gets quite lucky, but I would much rather him like rack up a disposal in that way
But is
than
that
a
like in
shit
danger?
little handball.
Is that, or is it more so when they're kicking it off the ground when people are on the ground?
Well, if I feel like if there's a lot of like bodies on top
Yeah.
of it, then and normally because it's like a ruck contest, there is a lot
Yeah,
of bodies.
fair.
So I feel like he gets quite lucky
I
in that
think they
regard.
can't see in there, just like every
Also
other
very
huddle.
true.
They just wing it.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, that's it.
Windy had a good game though.
He did.
Yeah, you
Windy
did.
did.
Yeah. It's good to see him back in form. Yeah, I rated his game. Rated Steely's game
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
well. So he had 30 touches and 13 tackles.
Yeah, that was
Which was
pretty good.
Yeah. Good midfield pressure.
Yeah,
midfield pressure.
defensively, we were all right. It's just
Yeah.
the inability
Yeah.
to kick a goal.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. So normally we go ahead and we do like an apology from the week before. I don't have any to give out. No apologies to
Oh,
give out
I
this
stand
week.
corrected on
Okay,
saying
go for it.
that Darcy Wilson was the fastest sprinter because he is not the fastest sprinter in the AFL, but he does have the most sprints in a game.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
my mess.
Still
But I
equally
apologize.
Good job,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Wilson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, such a star.
Yeah.
So last week I kind of grilled Maxi King.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
I'm
take that
still, no, I'm not ready to take that back yet. I really hope that he, I
Put
don't-
the big girl pants on and
That's
get
it.
out there.
Yeah,
and
that's
just-
it. Yeah, I really liked what Sarah said the other week. She's like, oh, he needs to stop having a face like a smacked rear end. And she's so right. Like,
Mm.
chuck us a smile, show us you want to be there, show us some confidence. And Joycey and I were talking about this not too long ago, actually. When you like watch him, and this sounds so silly, I'm like, I'm not a professional or anything like that, but when you watch him actually like kick from a set shot,
He twists the ball.
that and he doesn't follow through with his kicks.
No,
and
he
like,
doesn't.
how weird is that? Like, I play like Resi's footy and I get told to do that every single time, like every training. Cause I don't know, I guess it's like quite a natural instinct. Like, you know, you kick it and you just like stop running, like you stop your footwork. Cause in my head anyway, you're like, okay, it's done with. But he does the same thing. I feel like I kick like Max King. And our accuracy is the same.
Probably
So-
do. You probably do.
So like, yeah, I don't know what it is about him, but I'm getting He's getting really hard to defend.
The problem, I think it's just he's a player that we have there to rely on.
Yeah.
And I think that's also hard. I'm going into bat for him again. Like, he's young.
Is
He's
he?
23.
His brother's
playing
his brother's young.
Yeah, but Gold Coast don't rely on Ben like St Kilda do on Max. When Max is in, and I feel like they've gotten a little bit better in the last few games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They always used to just kick it to Max.
Yeah.
He'd be double teamed, get turned over.
Right.
I feel like
That's
we
it.
still do. And he had
I think that it's happened. It's still happening, but I
Yeah.
feel like they've gotten a little bit
less
better
often.
with that. But that doesn't. People can't compare him to Ben when they're ultimately they're forwards, but they're playing different forward roles.
Yeah, that's
Fair.
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna get that.
And I mean, I know Max is having not the greatest season, but it triggers me when people try to compare them because it's like it's not comparable.
Yeah.
Like
it's two completely different game styles. Like
It is.
we are such a defensive side. We always have been. Under Ross anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel like so is Hawthorn as well. Like they play
Yeah.
quite a defensive style of footy. And we were talking last week when we were like previewing like the game. And I made a comment being like, okay, this is going to be like a really good reality check for us, like to see how we go.
Yeah.
And two young teams both play defensive style of footy and we couldn't get on top of them.
Right.
So I feel like it really cemented and it really at least brought me back down to earth being like, okay, we made finals last year. We're now in the bottom four. Like this
doesn't mean
loss, I
we'll
think
stay
means
there.
a lot. Oh, it means a lot to me.
I don't think it means
I'm glad
we'll
you're
stay
no.
there.
I think
I'm freaking
I
out.
agree with what you said before. I think if we have a bit of like, what's the word?
Continuity. Yeah.
Like with maybe just hopefully no injuries, just sort of just keep a
Get
couple
in
of
the-
weeks of the same people
Yeah.
and let them,
And not all kids.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too many kids.
Yep. Agreed.
Garcia, Collard, Pooh, all
Yeah.
so many children
Hasty.
Yeah.
playing. Hasty
I feel
was
like
in there. And in one game, that's just a lot of inexperience.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
maybe we had no choice when Henry got injured and we had some other injuries. But now I think it's time to
Yeah.
Put some of the
time to put the big guys back in there.
Yeah.
See what they can do.
But like, who do we have? Like, who
Well-
do you want to see in? Sorry, I guess is my question.
Well, I wanted to see Liam Henry come back.
Mm.
Maybe we
Better,
do need
yeah.
Paddy Dow because he has a little more experience.
I do
Yeah.
not understand what's happening there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't get it.
But
I don't
Ross
know.
loves to play the young kids.
Yeah, it's also
Well,
that.
he's building
Building
a
the-
dynasty.
yeah.
A dynasty.
Wake me up when that comes.
Rebuilding, yeah. But I think it's important to do, but then you're surrendering
Yeah.
the game to that.
Well, because look at how
Hawthorn-
we've gone.
Yeah.
Hawthorn last year too, I feel like we spoke about this on Fancast when I was on it a few weeks ago with Tiara when we were talking about like the different teams. And I said I was sort of looking forward to seeing Hawthorn's season at the start of this season because last year I feel like they showed some really good
Yeah.
games. Like, did they beat Collingwood last year?
I
Hawthorn?
think they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they did.
They might
I think
have.
They did.
And it was
Yeah.
like random as, or they
Yeah.
came really close to winning. And I was like, okay, they're actually exciting. Once they're on, they're on, but they can't get that.
They didn't
Continuous-
have Sicily, and I thought that was a plus, major plus.
Yeah,
for
I
us.
thought, okay, Max is
Yeah.
safe here. Max, Hayes, Membry, like, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
surely
Yes.
something.
Surely.
But I don't think Hawks played like the greatest game.
Yeah.
No.
But
It was
I feel like they're
bad
still a good
footy.
team. They've still got good players.
Yeah, they do. No, they definitely do. And we can't shy away from that. But I just think like it was just shit footy from both sides. I don't know. It really just like
Yeah.
in case you guys haven't picked up on my attitude already, it really disappointed me. And it was just like stoppage after stoppage after
Mhm.
stoppage. And
So
to
boring.
me, it's so boring. And to me, that just goes to show lack of skill. Because like players from both sides are just getting wrapped up in a tackle
Mhm.
and then like turnover after turnover after turnover, which then again creates a stoppage because the players are again just getting like wrapped up, and it's back and forth, and our entries were shit.
I was going to say we had a few good like spurts of like they turned it over in their forward 50, and then we had a few. Wilson started a really good run and carry. And that was awesome. And there was a few points like that. But then again,
or Nasai, he did the dodge. He did the dodge. It was so cool. As well. Yeah, but then it went to shit after that.
Yeah, so I feel like they do have like spurts of really like good, and you're like, yep. And then you're like, Yeah.
I actually was so frustrating in that game because I thought there was like a little bit of we just need to like tip the thing over like a little bit more of something and just like let it rip, like just something like a little more gas.
It was like we were an inch off it.
But we had
like we were teetering
gas
all game. Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Maybe
$1 million
there's
question,
something
isn't it?
in like the Tasmanian water or something
I
over
don't
like
know.
that far down.
Maybe they were tired from the 38-minute flight.
Yeah,
Maybe.
jet lag.
I don't know. I just like one of my favorite players who's not a Saint is Jamie Elliott. You watch him play and he just
It's exciting.
He refuses to lose. He doesn't want to lose and he will do anything to not surrender.
Yeah.
Like in a crunch,
And we don't
he's
have
scoring the
anybody
goal.
like that. Yeah.
And we don't have anyone that you see that real desire.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
Has
feel
that
like it's
dominatrix about them.
I feel like it could maybe be Henry when we've maybe be Henry. I feel like he was the X factor we were looking for, especially after those first few games.
Yeah. And he's only just back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So wishful thinking.
We do have to cut him some slack because it was like a first game back. I feel like Wilkie has a little bit of that in him. I feel like, and like Dukes as well. Dukes does chuck a hissy fit though. He gets a bit like he gets a bit sassy.
When
He's
he
like
gets mad, he makes mistakes though.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
he does.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's not the crunch you're looking for.
very true. And if you like compare him to Elliot, like Elliot has a leg to stand on because he's a freaking good player. Not saying Doogie isn't. We all know I love him. Can we speak about his game? Because obsessed with him. Like I think I'm back on him. I think he played so well. He's using his two hands. He's marking. He's coming a lot more up the ground, which I love to see.
What I was saying before when I literally thought it was Mason Wood because I refused to believe that was Dougal doing something that good that far up the ground.
Yeah.
I was like, Mason? It has to be because that is not Dougal, surely.
My dad loves to shit on Doogs. I think a big layer of that, comes from because I love him so much. So he just likes to like get under my skin. And then he was like, oh, Mark, good job, Doogie, to a turnover. And every time he did it, I'd be like, suck a fat one. Like, we got it. Like, are you joking? I was like, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Suck a fat one, Dad.
Seriously, Dad. I was like, he's BOG. He only got 10 disposals, but like 10 of the best disposals I've ever seen in my life, quite frankly. Proud of you, Doogie. Proud of you, Doogie. Yeah, obsessed with him. He's
but I
back.
think because I know we tried to see who was interested in him at the end of last season.
Yeah.
So I wonder now if he's realising after no one wanted him,
he has to play
that
better.
he's got to step up if he wants to stay.
Yeah.
And especially now with a few of the young kids that, I haven't really watched a Sandy VFL game, but I see what I see on Facebook. I see the little comments. But with some of the young kids coming through, he's now, and you know how much how literally St Kilda's, I just like into the mic. Sorry. No spit came out, but it was like a gross noise. So sorry about that. What was I saying? Fuck. I think he's like, if I want to keep playing, like I
need to step
I need to be better. I feel like this week and last week's, and I know this is like a big call in fucking shit games that like there's not much. I know we won against North, but fuck me. I know, literally forgot I was there. I was like drinking and I was like, oh, Nathan's still playing. Shit. But I think
so scared we were going to lose that.
Oh, I know.
But I still can lose.
Me too.
I feel like he almost has showed glimpses of like 2020 Dukes when we were like,
when I fell in like literal love.
Oh, now I remember what I was going to say. Like with Cordy too. Like, you know.
because Dougal has realized that he's replaceable. Like
Mhm.
ultimately, you know, because he is. Like
Well, Battle's
It's
got
his
moved
height. Away
up.
from that.
Have you
It's
noticed?
only his
Yeah,
height.
Battle's been moved upfield a little bit more.
what do
the
we think
last-
of that?
I'm not mad about it.
I'm not
Like,
mad about it
because
either.
We had him originally playing in the forward. Then
That's
he was
why
sort
we
of the
got
wing,
him.
and then he was like, you know, back. He was,
Yeah.
and even back then when he was swinging between
Mm.
all the things, I was like, I don't care if he goes. Like I like him,
Yeah.
but he doesn't really have a spot. And then the game that he stood out to me was 2020, St Kilda v GWS, and it was. Can't tell you where the game was.
Were you
Think-
there?
No, I was
No?
watching. No, it was coronavirus.
COVID,
We're in
yeah.
lockdown. I was watching it at home. And I remember Paddy Ryder went down, Rowan went down.
Mm.
Everyone just was dropping like flies, and we beat GWS, and he ended up rucking. And I was like, and I think that was
He can do
sort of like
anything.
when he first started to slot into the back line and had
Yeah.
played continuously there for a little bit. And after that, I was like, nah, we can't lose him. Like he's actually too valuable to lose.
And our backline in 2020 was so good. Like 2020 Ben Patton, unreal.
Hunter Clark.
Caulfield
Mhm.
Yep.
as well.
Oh,
like
we haven't had
so
Hunter back
good.
either.
I know. Well, the injury list says test.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he played.
but does
I
he
think
come
played-
straight back in?
He played
Like,
VFL.
And so I read comments on
I think he
Facebook
played.
because I believe everything I read on Facebook.
Yeah, same.
Don't forget. And everyone said that he did not look in form. But
Really?
come back
Okay.
from injury. But I think he's like silky and he's had like he
Silky
always
hunter.
used to be like silky move, like that Lenny Hayes sort of always looked like he had so much time.
Yeah.
And he just looked so cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, he was always so composed.
But is there a spot for him now with Naz in?
Well, yeah, who comes out?
Yes.
Who comes out for Hunter Clark?
Put him in the middle.
I think he can go in the middle. I really do.
But who then comes out for him? Would you
I
have
don't
him
know,
over
Seb
Paddy Dow?
Ross?
Would you have him? No, I love Seb Ross.
And I'll have
Okay.
to-
Everyone like hates who I love.
No, I don't hate him. I don't hate him.
I don't hate
no,
him
no,
either,
no,
but
like,
It's just average.
yes.
but he has some.
And how many
really-
passengers can we have?
Right.
Like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I just, again, replaceable, like a fringe player.
Yeah.
Like, I think he played really well against North.
Yep.
But last week, like against the Hawks, she just
But
really dumb
Yeah,
efficiency.
You need
But
an
I think
explosive
I think
player.
sometimes Seb Ross though, like when I rewatch it, I feel like he almost is the player that everyone's like, oh, he's not doing much. But when you look closely, he's just taken someone out. He's tagging them that hard that they're not getting disposal. So he's not getting any himself. But
I know, but that's Steele's job.
Yeah.
We need someone to not do Steele's job.
Yeah.
Someone to do something different. That's just nobody.
I
can-
think we spoke about it before, but I think Crouch coming back would be good.
I also think that.
Yeah.
but I
Where
don't
do
know
we
if
put
that's
I know. I
happening.
think the Crouch and Hill combo,
So
Crouch in and under, out
good.
to Hill,
Yeah.
then you know
Yeah.
to Darcy Wilson.
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
you know we've got
and then also add Henry and Henry
Mason.
and yes,
Yep.
into
Even
that's
Wood
what-
was pretty
into the
quiet
mix.
until
Yeah, I was like, what's his
halftime.
name?
Mason
Yeah.
Wood was pretty quiet until halftime.
He
Yeah.
was.
He'll get there as well,
Yeah.
like as
But
well
he-
as Henry.
Yeah, and he's also been injured. Like
Yeah.
we really haven't had a chance to get into form.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still like so heartbroken. And I think it's because I went in with like so much confidence. I'm like, oh, guys, it's the Hawks. Like pee and poo, like we'll be fine. Yeah, nah.
Fifth and weeks.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that before any
No,
game.
neither.
I think every game is up for grabs.
I woke
when
up
you're
and was
playing
like, oh
Saints.
shit, Saints are playing
Yeah,
today
exactly.
at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Way to ruin
And
my
then
weekend.
I was adamant. Then my brother called me. He's like, "Can you pick up my?" Anyway, I forgot to write in our group chat saying "Morning Sainers," which I say every morning. So I was like a little bit late to the
It
party.
was-
So I was
it was
like,
you.
don't," because I
Jinxed
sat
it.
on the I sat and I was like, "Is it me? Like I'm too superstitious with like doing like my game day rituals." Like
This is I
Don't
can't
forget
wear
it
my
next
wear
week.
my candy stripe Guernsey because I wore it when we played the Bulldogs. So that's
So,
out for the rest of the
yeah.
season. It's done.
benched.
In the
No
bin.
more. A waste of money. But I also feel like it's so weird because you go into Hogs game and you're thinking we're probably going to win.
Yeah, of
Now that we've
course.
lost, I feel like we might win
It's rough.
this weekend. And that's the worst feeling ever because
No, I feel
you
like
feel like we might do it. And so if we don't,
I
it
feel
feels
like,
like
I'm
crap.
now, after this weekend, I've clicked over to I'll still be there, but we're probably not going to win.
But you
and I'm
never
coming
know.
to terms with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd
You
rather be,
never know
I'd
with
rather
the
be
Saints.
go in with the mindset of losing and win.
Yeah.
Then go in the mindset of winning and then
Yeah.
being like, fuck me.
Me
I
too.
was keen for that win.
I think for superstition purposes, I never assume anything.
yeah.
I don't know ever what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, they say if you go in with no expectations, you can't be disappointed. Hey,
You could still be disappointed.
with no
I
expectations.
say I
At
go
least
in
you
with
don't
no
know what's gonna
expectations.
happen.
Yeah, like, yeah, you're
Oh.
not wrong.
Still be
You're not wrong.
disappointed.
We will definitely we'll get into next week in detail. But I want to talk about Costello's tweet.
Mm.
So this is Filippo's manager. So this is the direct tweet. All right. So at David King 34, tell me who under the forward line has improved under Lion. Owens, King, Filippo have all considerably gotten worse under Lion. When they came in young, they looked exciting. He is destroying them. So then there was then apparently he regretted his actions, which included liking another tweet where a user claimed that Lion tries to take control of the club's football department. So then he said it was an emotional response from the couch. I have no knowledge what's going on behind the scenes. So yeah, let's have a chat about that. Like, do we agree? Do we disagree?
I don't agree, but I don't disagree.
Yeah. Okay.
Just sitting on the fence on that one. Has Filippo really been playing that forward though? Because I feel like, you know, who's really improved? I tell you what, I feel like the Filippo we saw last year
Yeah.
is not the Filippo this year. And I know the coach, but how much responsibility does the coach have to have over
It's all up here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
a player? If they're also not doing their jobs correctly, and I'm not blaming them,
Yep.
like how much more can the coach do?
Yeah, genuinely.
You know what
Yeah,
I
do
find
agree with
really
that, yeah.
frustrating about Filippo is that if you watch him in a practice, he looks really exciting or he does things that you're like, wow. And then when he gets in the game, he just gets lost in it.
Yeah, and I feel
And
like there's
that's
no second
not the
efforts with him
coach's-
recently.
Yeah, like how much of that is the coach's fault to the kids in his
That's also
head?
so true. Is it like I've said this before, but is it because he's like surrounded by a shit team? Like at the minute, like we're a shit team. Is it like we can all agree that it's a mental thing, right?
Yeah.
But is it
100%.
like, okay, you know, if the momentum is shit around like the club, like on game day, and look, if you're looking at freaking King, like, you know,
Yeah.
you're not going to, your spirits aren't going to be in the
Right.
best of spirits. That was good English.
Well-
But, you know, like if you're not, like these are young kids, like we want them to get excited about
Yeah, of
footy.
course.
But there's always the few players in there that do still like look excited. Like Darcy Wilson still looks
Yeah,
excited.
he does.
And I know he's
We haven't had the chance to ruin
But
him yet.
Filippo just this whole year, I was all for him last year. I was going to say I was on him last year. But that's not going to sound right. I reckon he's giving me the same vibes as Max. Just looks disinterested. He's not putting in second efforts. There's been a couple where I'm like, go.
See, I think this pisses me off that people blame Ross for this because most of the players that seem the most like they're struggling the most with like being good but not being great are the players that have been there for how many seasons under
Like
the
Ross?
last like it's like this year Sinclair's not at his best.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like he's working his way back.
Steele's getting
up.
better, but he had a really hard year last year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, all these players, Cal Wilkie has been there for forever. I think all these players have every right to be a bit frustrated, but also they're coming from a regime that accepted mediocrity.
Yeah.
And so you have these guys who are used to that playing with the young ones who look like stars for 5 minutes, but the mediocrity sets in. I don't know how you rip that out of the culture in one season.
Yeah.
And it's not
So
fair
true.
to tell.
Yeah, that is really
it's
true.
not fair to
Yeah.
blame it on Ross. I think part of the reason why they were so uplifted is because they were like, maybe we can change our culture last season.
And now it's still not.
Well, and
And then
look how it
yeah.
Like look how it panned out. Like
Yeah.
we made finals and we
Yeah.
lost to GWS.
That's
and
right. And
obviously
we did it without
with a
that
Matt.
game
huge,
was
like
emotional burden.
like a
Yeah.
traumatic thing to happen right
Right.
before the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And we
Ross
were still
Taylor
in it.
works.
Excusable. That was a real excuse to not win a
100%.
final.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's annoying to me. I really get annoyed when everyone gets on Ross about it. It's like
Yeah.
I think he's proven himself.
Yeah,
as a
but I think
coach
Ross
more than
also
these
couldn't give a
guys.
flying fuck what people say.
But
Very true.
But
Very
that's how
true.
you coach well. You
Exactly.
can't be making decisions because somebody's manager had a little
Mm.
sook on the couch.
Because Filippo took a while to sign too for those
Yeah,
additional
he
2
did.
years.
Yeah, he did.
And I
Oh, that's a
reckon
shame.
I have no idea. This is me thinking I'm also a football manager as well as a doctor. But I wonder if that's why they dropped him as soon as he put pen to paper.
Oh.
Didn't want to drop him prior to that. Give him a
That's
spell.
fair.
Just give him a spell in the tooth.
Maybe.
So
But he
maybe
needed
as
a
soon
spell.
and maybe they were all wanted him to. I literally again have no idea.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I wonder if they're, waiting for him to put pen to paper because
Yeah.
he's going to be great.
Yeah.
He's going to be
Yeah,
great.
100%.
Yeah, we see the potential.
I don't think he's going to be a generational player like your Harley Reid or anything, but I think he's going to
Like Dusty
be.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I
See?
actually think he could. I think
I
he
think
could be one of the better
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
It's just it's the way. I don't think he responds to pressure well.
Yeah.
Like on the field.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when the other team is at him, I think he loses the plot.
Yeah.
And that's probably a big problem that takes more than one season to
Yeah.
figure out.
And he's still a kid. He's what, probably turning 19 or just turned.
Exactly.
Moving states from
yeah,
Adelaide.
true.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
a bigger job. Like this
Right.
is, Willie would be his second year. I met his mum at the pub once. She's the nicest lady ever. And, she comes down a lot. But like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm 28 and still live with my mum and dad. And I'm worried about going to Europe for 7.5 weeks. Because like, mum, do my washing. Yeah. No, but like, I could. I'd miss the dogs though. But I don't know. I think it's a big adjustment too.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
remember Naz was having, I think, some issues a couple of years ago
Oh.
with missing home a lot and stuff because he was from Adelaide as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got dropped one game. I remember hearing, I know this, he got dropped because he missed his flight back to Melbourne when he was supposed to come.
Oh.
Because he was missing home so much, they didn't think he'd stay long. But they're kids. They're
Yeah.
kids. They're
Right.
kids.
Yeah,
that's
you got to
also
remember
true.
that. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
they're kids.
Yeah, and I think when you're losing, it feels like crap, and it's
Yeah.
hard to get out of that rut.
Yeah.
And we're losing.
And sometimes you just want like your family
marginally.
and your mates.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think I tend to forget that they're like human as well.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And like, especially after a loss that was,
Mhm.
it's so easy to be like, pew, 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 pew. Like you
Yeah.
did this, you did this, you did this. On that note, all right, let's get into it. Again, rip off the Band-Aid. It's time for Cat Goes Whack. All right. So, look, I don't have time to go through a whole St Kilda list, but I do want to talk about what we did in the fourth quarter. So I do like Josh Battle up forward. Don't get me
too.
wrong. I
He was
did really
he
like
was
it.
something we needed, I think, to keep
Agreed.
us in it a little bit.
Yeah, agreed. But then we put Doogie up forward.
Mhm.
Like,
Did we?
yeah.
I think I was making dumplings at that point.
yeah, yeah. We put Dougal up forward. Like he was resting up forward. And then I'm just thinking, like, what the hell is going on with the boys upstairs? Like
Mm.
from the box. Actually, no, Ross was on the bench.
Yeah,
he
which
was on the
I
bench,
feel like
yeah.
that's like a bit uncommon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he was on the bench. But I mean, look, it's not a very this week because I'm just like very plateaued about the
Mm.
game. But I don't know, just like raises some questions in my head to be like, I don't understand the mentality behind it. Like in such a close game where we could have won.
Yep.
Why did we change a complete structure that we've been using all year like, I don't know, it could have gone the completely other way. Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, it didn't. Like, we still stayed plateau and, you know, we could have won. We should have won.
From losing from more.
Do you think?
Maybe.
Battle in the forward.
Here's the other thing too.
Yeah, battle in the forward. Yeah.
Make a difference.
But just like that complete whole restructure just kind of made me think, what
and
the
it was
hell?
either do something different for this last quarter and see what we can do, or because clearly the last 3 quarters ain't working.
Yeah.
And the first quarter,
you make a good point.
I think we can fairly say that we don't have good first quarters.
No.
Yeah.
We're just not good at the first quarter.
Yeah.
We like to be
Or second or
coming
third or
up
fourth.
from behind. No, but you'll see an improvement as the game goes on.
As they warm up a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost like they're doing a warm up in the first quarter, which is so completely
it's just a catch up game. And sometimes they just can't catch up.
Yeah.
Like there shouldn't be 4 and 5 goals from the opposite responded. Like not is that
Yeah.
Shouldn't be like that for the first quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Wake
it
up.
shouldn't take us like 30 minutes to
Why do
wake
we only
up.
care at the end when we're down by 8 points?
Yeah.
Why
And
don't
then
we care
really
for
give us
tails?
hope. Really give us hope when
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Geelong start kicking goals. No, I'm not mad about the Geelong game. That was a good game. Geelong game.
It was a good game.
But like,
And it gave me a bit of false hope anyway, because obviously we know Geelong is like
it wasn't
freaking
false hope
unreal
for me.
this
It was
year.
real hope. I left with real hope, thinking.
Yeah, but now it's like being a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
It was a lie.
There were a few games like that this year. GWS one hurt me the most.
Oh,
But
Yeah, that one.
that was annoying, but I was positive.
oh well.
I thought we could have won.
You're
that game,
much
and
nicer
it's
than me.
just-
I'm just like
No, I'm just delusional.
all right, so I think we will take a break, ladies, and then we'll get into some red, white, and black mail. Welcome back. Feel like we're feeling a little bit refreshed.
Yeah.
After that, I feel like I
therapy.
definitely had to get a lot off my chest, as per usual. I feel like this is a very common
You've
thing
got
for me.
mail.
All right, so thank you to everybody who sent in some red, white, and black mail. So we upload an Instagram story, so keep an eye out for that if you want some of the gals to answer your questions. So we'll start with Soz in honor of her absence. So she has written in and said, "Do we have a Ross problem? I'm asking because I don't want to answer this." Well, okay. Well,
I feel like we kind of touched on this before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
rewind and
I don't think we do. Yeah, I don't think we.
I
have
don't
a
think we
Ross
do
short
problem.
either.
answer, no.
I don't think we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was easy enough. And we've also spoken about T's comment. How do you feel about Mateus's manager comments? Do you agree or disagree? We've literally already answered that as well.
You're
so
not supposed to
same
use your
advice.
phone.
Rewind.
Don't
Sorry,
use your
T.
phone when you're drunk. You know, we all know it.
Oh, yes.
Stop it.
I just wish someone would just lock me up when I'm drunk, to be honest. Or,
Especially after a
or
loss.
my mum goes, Amber, go home.
Yeah.
Come home with me. Not
Put
me
the
putting her in a
phone
taxi
down,
saying,
though.
like, I'm leaving the back door open.
Put the phone down.
Literally.
Yeah, I think Dougal can attest to that with the amount of freaking DMs I've sent him drunk.
Oh my God.
Doogie.
Yeah. I was DMing Jack Hayes and then I looked and was like, 2022, I replied to his story at like 1 a.m. saying, I love you. I was like, they probably fucking look at this because I look at my message requests.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm not a freak.
We've
I swear,
definitely,
I kind of am, but like, do you know what
They're
I mean?
like in the WhatsApp, like screenshots, like in the group chat being like, these
Oh.
bitches. Like,
And like my
shut up.
friendship group, we're still like, you know, we're 28 plus and we still think it's funny to someone
DM
leaves
them.
their phone lying around. We still think it's funny to like hack their phones. Like we sent off Chloe's phone once.
That'll
That
always be
message to
funny.
Jade Gresham with Photoshop photos, and there was a poem, and we were like swimming to. This was like a few years ago, and it was like the funniest thing ever. And anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But it's like, why do we do this?
I don't do that. I don't do it.
I DM people when I'm drunk.
Oh no, I DM Dougal when I'm drunk.
I like DM them when I'm sober. Like after like a good game, I'm like, good work. No, I don't really, but it's me on St Kilda's Instagram after the loss. I said, Why are you ruining my weekend ruins? Like, why?
I really would like
And I want
to
St Kilda
read
to
those.
reply to me and say, I'm really sorry, Amber. I hope the rest of your weekend's better.
You know
And
what?
I would say, oh my God, it is now. Thanks for replying.
Props to the St Kilda media team because they are hilarious.
They
Like,
are. They're
oh my
really
God, if you
good.
look at the St Kilda's TikTok comments, they are so
I have a
funny.
new slogan for us though.
Which is
You win some, you lose more.
Literally.
That's the 2024 St Kilda slogan.
Sportsbet and St Kilda.
That's right.
No line in the sand this year.
The line is all the way down.
Guys, we'll be fine. Okay. Any cheap therapists? Anyway. All right. So Simon has asked us.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simon.
I felt like that was appropriate.
We've literally become so unhinged. All right. So Simon Gutman has asked, can you please explain what our game plan is? Because I have no idea.
Either,
Neither.
Simon.
Mm,
Sorry.
I think
I can't.
I think the plan is to just try anything and everything.
Say try your best.
Just try anything and everything and see if something fabulous comes out of it. And so far, it's a no-go. I think that's what we're doing. I think it's just a grand experiment every week.
I feel like St Kilda Football Club is like a social experiment.
I mean, the whole thing. Yeah. I think it's just there has to be a curse. And I think it'd be fun to really do some kind of like reverse the curse campaign.
Yeah, like a voodoo thing.
Yeah, like a bring it on kind of vibe.
If anyone knows how to reverse a curse, could you please
Google.
write
Can you send it into
red, black, and
Yeah, we're
white?
gonna have like a
We would love,
seance.
yeah. I mean, what do we need
Ouija
to
board.
do?
Think you're
'Cause
gonna win?
It's clearly got some jinx going on.
Yeah.
Some supernatural intervention. So
Yeah.
what do
There's
we have
no
to
other
do?
logical reason.
No, there is not. There's no logic. So
So if you see us on Saturday in front of Marvel Stadium with like sage sticks
And that like
the
glass-
drum
that-
doing
that
it.
drink
You know
with the-
what?
What's that cup thing?
like a witch
Oh,
potion.
you know that wine, the gold wine glassy thing with the diamantes on it.
Oh, that blows out smoke.
I don't know what that
they're
is.
Like a
a
genie
chalice.
thing.
Is that what
a
it is?
chalice, yeah.
Oh, a chalice.
Well, I don't know.
chalice.
I'm American, maybe it's.
You knew what I
maybe
meant.
it's different. I don't know. Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna bring some
make a
sage
potion.
next weekend.
Drink it.
I'm bringing sage.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sage in aisle 29. Look
Yeah.
out for it. If you smell something weird,
Throw it
that's
over
me.
to 27, 28. That's where I
I'll
sit.
throw it over
We'll
there.
just throw it, and that'll be
keep
over the
trading
run.
Sage.
Yeah, the Oz Kick kids
Smudge.
will have a great game. That's where they run out of.
My
Yes.
God. We
Like, yeah, so
That's
join,
the answer.
join us next week out the front of aisle 29. We're having a sage cleanse.
Yeah, we're doing a little smudge.
Watch us come back and win by 100 points. That's how delusional I am. I would believe it.
I would too. I'm telling you, it's supernatural.
It's like a 20-minute clip on YouTube. Viewers and listeners, I'm not sure who's made it and posted it, but it's the title of the YouTube video is literally "Is St Kilda the unluckiest team in the AFL?" I think I have
100%.
watched that video at least like 25 times, and I'm like, yes, whoever made this, yes. And it's like so many like events that have like led to our like
Demise.
major club history of like
Being
literal
losers.
shit.
Yeah.
Like a literal shit. And I'm like, yes. I have had so many people like forward it to me and be like, did you make this video? And I'm like, no, but I agree with every single
Yeah.
point.
But
At 2 minutes 40.
It triggers me too because when people are like, Saints, like, why would you go for them? They never won a flag. And I'm like, I didn't choose this. I did not choose. Yeah, you chose this. So
You still have
why?
time.
Yeah, because why are you just blindlessly supporting a winner?
I'm like,
Come
not,
on.
I'm like, all in. Like, I'm not, I just love them.
I don't know. The win
I
means
don't
more.
know.
It's
The win
so
means
hard.
more to St Kilda
Yeah,
than
that
it does
is
to anyone
true.
else.
That is true.
I
And
don't
when
know.
we do win the flag, like let's just hope it's all in our
Before we
lifetime.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my
Right?
general manager
Yeah.
have this thing where it's unspoken.
Yeah.
He was like to me, yeah, $5,000 bonus. Like, I'll just transfer you 2 weeks off. I said, I probably think I need a little bit more.
Yeah,
I need 2 weeks
100%.
to recover after those 2 weeks.
100%.
And he goes, I'll be right there with you. Don't even worry about
Oh,
it.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
My students can teach themselves. I'll be right.
it's
Yeah.
just not boring being a St Kilda supporter.
No. It's
For me,
Get
heartbreaking.
boring after all.
I don't think they get boring because they're so bizarre sometimes. that you're like, how did that even happen? It's not right.
It's like pinch me. Like it's not real.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's never boring.
oh my God. On the weekend, like after the Saturday game, I was at an engagement party. I had a couple of bevies and my St Kilda stickman tattoo was like out in the dress that I was wearing. And then this guy came up to me and he was like, oh my God, you poor thing. And then I was like, yeah, it doesn't fucking come on. Fuck it.
Thankfully, mine's like under my butt cheek. So like it's not like open for people to see.
Mm.
Regrets.
Yeah.
It's
so-
all right. I'm going to get the Tassie devil eating it. So
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I went down
when I
to
switch.
I went down to the florist on Sunday. It's a little bit late getting my Mother's Day present. And I drive to the one near work
Yeah.
on Lower Dandy Road.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, love, hey. And I walk in and we always have a chat and he goes, oh, you're all over my TikTok. Da, da, da. And the shop was full. I was like, you don't need to remind me. You do not need to remind me. Everyone turned and looked and I was like, just give me the flowers, please. I'm embarrassed, especially after that game. I don't want you yelling that. I'm like incognito down here wearing my Birkenstock and socks.
Yeah.
Don't need to draw attention.
Let me be, Joe. Shut up.
Flower's gorgeous though. So
That is hard though, like going home with this scarf of shame.
Oh,
like,
that
there's one on the
train
side of
ride's
the
Oh,
freeway.
the
Have you
train
seen
is
it?
so hard.
There's one just before Thompson's Road and it's been there since round 1. It's been on the side of the freeway and I look at it every day when I'm driving home from work. It is the St Kilda bar scarf. And every day when I'm stopped in traffic there, I'm like, do I get out and get it? Like,
Yeah. You know what?
but
We
it's
need
been-
to burn
like,
it.
bucketing down and I'm
Can
like,
we just burn
nah.
it in a pile of sage?
Or in our like, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that's where all the bad
That's where the
juju's
ba-
coming from.
That stuff on the
Exactly.
side of the fucking
Oh,
freeway.
we have to do everything, all the things.
Look at it when you drive. When you were driving towards the Mornington Peninsula and you're getting past Thompson's Road. No,
Yeah.
what's the Patterson Creek? Patterson River?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
the aquatic
yeah,
centre
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, I
yeah,
don't know how I didn't think of that. Just before, if you're in the right-hand lane, you'll see it. I promise
Well,
you.
if anybody's missing a scarf from the Geelong
Yeah.
loss, that's also where it is.
and I
Go
see
get
it
it
every
now, because
day.
if you don't, we're burning it. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah, that's it.
It's
Yeah.
over.
Kiss your
be
bar
safe.
scarf
Yeah,
that's
goodbye.
right.
Yeah.
Goodbye, scarf.
All right, our last question is from, would you say that's Sudsy? Sudsy with an underscore.
Sudsy?
Underscore. When will our oh God, he did not say that. All right, take 2. When will Ari get his shot? And then in brackets, which is completely unnecessary, by the way, anything to get Webster out, please.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sudsy.
Ew.
Webster's
Sudsy.
been out, by the way. Thank
Yeah,
you
for the
very
last
much.
7
What are you
weeks.
asking for? Listen to yourself. First of all,
We have turned mean.
I liked you in.
come on.
No, I'm with you.
Also, when Dougal Howard dies, Ari will play a game of footy. That's how it's going to go.
And then when so Dougal has to die, and then
Dougal
Gordy
has
has
to
to die,
And then Cordy has to die, and then Ari will play.
and then
That's
Battle
your
will
answer.
probably just play 2 roles.
Or Bonner will be put back there for some weird reason.
Oh, yeah.
Just put Bonner back there. It'll be fine.
Bonner. I tell you what, sorry, hi Bonner. It actually,
Hi, Bonner.
as if he'd be. Hi Riley. Sometimes I don't think this is probably this just came to me.
Oh, it's
And
an
it could be a bit
epiphany.
negative, and I don't mean it in a mean way.
Yep.
But
Oh.
Bonner
Open and
couldn't
honest.
get a game at Port Adelaide.
Yep.
Mhm.
Why is he
Getting
a
30
certain-
disposals
in our team?
and getting 30 disposals.
Did
Doesn't
he?
that go to shit? Yep.
But I will admit, actually, in saying that, I retract a little bit. I noticed, no, it's coming to me. My brain's
Yeah.
firing now. Last week and this week, they moved him a bit more mid and didn't have him
Yeah.
Yeah.
solely
In the back.
in the
Yeah.
back line.
Yeah.
So that's probably
Bit of a halfback flank.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But
Mm.
still, is he going to be in our team when we win a premiership?
Riley Bonner, premiership
It
player.
depends
Does
how
it
many
have a
games
ring?
he gets to play. He's another example though of like too many young people on the
Yeah.
field. We needed him when everyone was injured, I feel.
Yeah.
And
Another
he did
really
well.
good French player. Like
He's serviceable.
Cordy. Like,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like similar Cordy vibes.
Yeah, I think
okay.
similar to Cordy vibes.
Yeah.
But I also think this is another situation where when you have a bunch of players who are just mid and then you throw a newbie in there and they're kind of good, you're like, hey, maybe they'll be great.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
can give them a shot. Why
Yeah.
not? We've
Yeah.
already seen the mids fail.
But would
Like,
you,
why
if
don't
he
we
was,
just
The rest
let
of
him
the
try?
22 of them.
Yeah.
he's sort of playing, you know, up, what did you say? Just my brain's not
Halfback.
going. Halfback. Would you have like Hunter Clark? Sorry, I just forgot for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like, who would you take Bonnet out for Hunter Clark?
Yes.
Would you take Bonnet out for Patton? I feel like Patton, I would prefer to see
Potentially.
Patton stay in. And
He played instead of
2020 pattern, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen enough pattern plays. You know.
yeah, that's fair. But I
Yeah.
feel like there's just other people I would probably have in
Definitely
before
Hunter.
him.
But
Yeah.
Hunter's been injured. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the thing with
And that's the
Hunter.
thing.
Yeah.
But as I said, as I retracted, I feel like the last 2 weeks he's played better. I haven't been as mad at him.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think I've noticed him actually. That's probably
Yeah.
I haven't
A good
noticed the
sign.
bad. I haven't
Yeah.
noticed the
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
right.
Not bad. Just the bad decision making. Not bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean because obviously
but
I
we
am
have
no
players-
football player myself.
We have players with much more experience that make just as bad decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how old is Bonner?
Yeah.
Is he like 25, 26?
I think
I don't know. I
think
thought
so.
maybe 24. I thought he was younger.
Maybe
than
because
that.
he's got a moustache. He just looks a bit older.
I just thought he
Maybe.
was young.
Got a moustache too.
I don't know why I thought he was young.
I am getting it up. Be right back. See,
Yeah, what the?
Got
I didn't even see him that
30
many
disposals.
times.
He's
How old is he?
27.
Oh, 27.
Yeah,
He's older than I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's why I've got the bit of the like, he's 27, you know, that's
Yeah,
getting
he
on
should
in
have his
footy.
shit together.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm sort of like, I feel like,
So also quietly, 87% disposal efficiency. That's really good.
Yeah,
they
it
only
is
had
really
3
good.
turnovers, but
Yeah.
I can't say that. I like watching the game. I was like, wow.
no, that's
You
what I
know?
mean. I didn't
Yeah,
even like
yeah.
really notice him.
Yeah,
But
I
the
don't-
good sign that I
Right.
didn't notice bad things.
Yeah.
very true. Very
I
very
don't
true.
mind him
Yeah,
as much as some of the other.
yeah, yeah. That's it.
Mm.
So thank you to everybody who sent in the red, white, and black mail.
I was going to send one in.
Oh, you should have. Would you like to ask it now?
I'll ask you now. We kind of touched on it, so I don't really have to. But I was just going to ask if you thought that we were missing Higgins,
Yes.
Yes.
which is obviously a yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't
Nah.
think we'd miss him as much as we did. I didn't expect
Yeah.
it to be that
Yeah.
hard without
Well,
him.
yeah, it's the pressure.
Pressure.
isn't it? Yeah. The forward pressure that we lack.
Yeah.
Well, lacked. / will continue to lack until he's back.
Mm.
All right. Let's get into it. Saturday. What time is it? 7:30 we play?
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's a
evening.
night
yeah.
Yeah, so 7:30. Prime time. We love a prime time.
We love the sage, guys. Just
Yeah.
Rio, they didn't have
coming
them.
in.
6:30 with a dong dong.
Do some kind of smoke ceremony in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the sides.
Where do you buy sage from?
I've
Safeway?
got some.
Oh, you got some?
I've got some crystals. I'll
There you go.
charge them like in the mood tonight.
Yeah, do it. We've
Should
got
we
to bring
stick
all the
pins
stuff.
in the bed? We'll stick pins in the bed.
Oh
too.
yes.
Like a voodoo doll. Is that
but we
Doogie
need-
the bear?
Yeah, isn't
No,
that
but you
bad
don't want to
stick
stick
pin-
pins in that bear. We need
But
a
maybe
Frio
then we
bear.
can pull them out.
We need a Frio bear to put
Oh.
pins in.
I was
5.
to put things in.
Just put some pins in the 5
I thought
bear.
you said put things in. I was like,
pins in. Pins.
okay.
It's not a pinata.
We've actually gone mental. Okay. So before we get into it,
Yeah.
on a more serious note, and I'm really sorry to bring the mood down, but I feel like we definitely need to acknowledge Cam McCarthy.
Yeah.
So very tragic what happened. It was really, really beautiful to see Fife,
Yes.
like let out his emotions. And, I feel like we've spoken, like it's only, just started to become a topic of conversation about men showing their emotions in recent history. So I'm really glad that, in a sport that is so male dominated, a lot of players did show such an emotional tribute to the beautiful player that
Yeah.
I
was
agree.
Cam McCarthy. So
Surprised they played because I know there
Yeah.
was comments on it after it saying, I think Longmuir.
Yep.
Yeah, Longmuir.
Because we've got Longmuir.
Longmuir.
I don't know, whatever, the Freo coach.
Longmire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it Longmire?
There's the
Longmuir.
Sydney one and
I thought it was the same person. Yeah.
no, they're different. I can't think of. Anyway, he said that quite a few of the boys, you know, he was surprised they played because they
Okay.
talked about not playing as you would, like
Yeah,
as
of
you
course.
would, like
Yeah.
you've just lost a mate.
Yeah.
Mm.
And also another player under Ross as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, really tough for Ross, but, you know,
Yeah,
we're
'cause
thinking of
that's true
Cam's
now for
family
him
and
too.
yeah, and everybody affected by this. Really, it's devastating. It's so young
Yeah.
and it's just heartbreaking every time
It
you
is.
hear something like that. But
Mm.
yeah, well, we do play Freo next week. So they had a pretty big drumming by Sydney. Then they beat Richmond comfortably the week before.
Mhm.
So yeah, Sydney do look really good this year. So do we like take that into consideration where we are? I don't know. Freo scare me. I'm not confident.
I'm not scared of Freo.
I'm scared of everyone.
I'm scared of ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
I'm scared of
Yeah.
the Saints. I'm not
Yeah.
scared of Freo, though. I
Yeah.
think if we come and we're on, we'll beat them. Like every
Yeah.
other game.
Yeah.
And if
Can't
we're
let
not
them get
on,
those
we won't.
3 early goals.
Yeah. Maybe
let
if we
them-
play
yeah.
the first quarter, we might
Yeah.
pull off a win on this one. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe if we, you
if
know,
we show up.
if we show up
Yeah,
the
that
first
would be
5
nice.
minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything that we can take away from the Hawthorn game that we don't want to see coming
Oh,
into this week? Like, what do we
turnovers?
need to change? Yeah, turnovers. Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On enough handballing. I'm tired.
The sissy little
I'm
handballs.
so tired.
Yeah.
It's such
And handballing straight into pressure.
Yeah, because
Oh.
it shows
Yeah.
such a lack of confidence in what
Yeah,
you're
skill.
doing.
100%.
And
It's just like,
also
shit, get rid of it. Shit, get
Not
rid of it.
reading
Yeah,
the
panic.
field at all. And why there's so many times where we kick to a player that's got 3 guys on him when
Yeah.
there's a player that's available somewhere else.
So
Mm-hmm.
often.
So kick to some
Yeah,
look and
Just
kick
bombing
to some,
it to the.
I mean, are we just dumb? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Do we need
Yes.
I think part of it is like we've sped up our play, but we don't think as fast as we play.
Mm.
And I
'Cause
have
we've
been
had it.
saying that for
Yeah.
years, and that was the problem with Bradley Hill when everyone was on
They weren't
his
as
back.
fast as him.
They weren't as fast as him.
That's right.
And he was trying to play his best. And
Yeah.
now, like, you know, we've caught up a bit. So everyone's like back loving Bradley Hill.
Of course.
But we've got Darcy Wills. Like, people are sort of matching obviously, like in spurts of the game because
Yeah.
clearly we're not fucking doing
We're-
well enough. But like, Hill has been best on for quite a few games, in my
Exactly.
opinion, this
Yeah,
season.
he has.
Even in the losing team. But he's had the
so
support
good.
and the speed there
That's
with
right.
him to get him going.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about making
Does that make
everyone else
sense?
better,
Yes.
not
Yeah.
him being worse, which is
Yeah.
what was happening.
Not him being too good that it's shit because
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
got no one around him.
Right. That he has to slow it up for the rest of the players to
But
figure
the
out what's going
handballs
on.
in pressure, and Mateus was
annoying.
one of them for the last
So
few
annoying.
weeks. There'd be someone like over the back. How do you even just handballed it
Mm.
over
Mm.
and he'd handball it straight to
panic.
someone, bang, tackled.
It's
like
a panic in the
a panic,
pressure.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't. That's
But I
like
think
where
when
it's
other
the lack
teams
of
start to play
confidence.
defensively back to us, that's when it gets like everyone
Yes.
gets rattled.
Yeah.
They do.
Which
But
is
the-
where Hawthorn got on top of us.
Yeah.
I
it's
think.
excusable for the young guys, but it's
It's
not
excusable
excusable
for-
for our experienced players.
No, but I feel like even like the first quarter, I know we talk about that, but I feel like, you know, sort of excusable, fuck, they've rattled us a little bit. Then come back out, figure your shit out, relax, just go,
That's right.
Take a breather.
That's
take a
right.
breather. Do I need to
Yeah.
come in and give him a spray?
Yeah.
Remember when
your-
we used to do the deep breaths?
your big girl
Yeah.
pants on.
No, yeah. Get the fuck out there.
I would love
What
to
the
do a
fuck are you
spray.
doing? I feel like
Would they just let us do it?
I
We'll
feel
come
like
down for
my-
a spray, St Kilda.
I have the biggest potty mouth.
Me
I feel
too.
like it'd just be like beep, 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 beep.
That's what they need.
I think I'd get a bit
Vulgarity.
personal though. I think I would
Oh,
like rev
yeah.
myself up and probably
Yeah.
just get a bit like mean.
I mean,
And
I
then
do
I'd
that
see
in my
red
home.
and then I'd calm down and be like, oh my God, sorry about that. I just
Yeah.
really lost control for a minute.
Get you in the coach's box, I reckon.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, I was
yeah.
saying, like, I one of the reasons I think Ross went downstairs is because he broke the phone.
Probably.
Yeah. And I was thinking I probably would have
Yeah.
I can't say I haven't broken something while watching a game.
Oh, yeah.
Just
yeah.
in
But isn't that just a
rage.
testament to show? Yeah, 100%. Isn't that just a testament to show that it's not him?
Right.
Because if he is like getting so frustrated,
Mhm.
then I think that answers the question that we received before. Like it's not all on him.
Because he's clearly shitty at them
Yeah.
for not doing what he
Mhm.
wants them to do.
Yeah.
Mhm. And he's
Yeah.
trying really hard to be a nice guy.
Yeah.
And they're just,
Yeah.
I think they need a spray,
Yeah.
Mm.
like a good one.
I feel like every time I see him, he's just like lost more and more hair.
Ross?
Same,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah,
honest.
like I'm
I'm
really-
fucking going to Turkey.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I'm
We're
an
really
eyebrow
feeling
picker
for it.
when I get stressed. I like to pick my eyebrow hairs out. And like,
You're gonna
I'm
have
gonna
slits soon.
Do you know my old eyebrow lady she had to train my eyebrow to grow up so it covered the spot that I would constantly pick out. I haven't done it for ages and feel like it might be coming back.
Oh yeah. Oh
Might
yeah.
be coming back. I think it's a Saints thing.
Or
I
they
love
can
that
pay
you
for
have-
your hair transplant.
Yeah,
I love
my
that you
trip
have
to
a
Turkey.
time out,
No, I'm the receding hairline.
The cursing's good though. I support that. I think
Yeah.
you got to get it out.
Yeah.
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 It's
Agreed.
good.
I'd probably laugh too if I had to do it. I'd get nervous and be like,
Nah,
no, I
you
can't.
wouldn't. I think if you let
Give me a
yourself,
few bodies and then fucking let me go.
how awesome would it feel? It's kind of be funny if you just had like a poster of all the team and just you go in the room and you just give them a spray. Just spray the poster every time they play like shit.
I do that all
And
the
you-
time.
Yeah, I've got the poster above my bed.
I'm like, you, and you. But then we have this therapy session as
this
well,
is
which is
good.
quite
Yeah.
We're not
nice.
spraying, but it's
But we
close.
yeah, we do it in like a kind of
Civilized.
PG,
So
yeah,
civilized.
kind of way. All right, so the ones that got away,
Mm.
So's normally like, not normally, she's done it for 1 week. I don't know what I'm talking about, but she had a good ring to it.
She's been doing it all day.
She was like, the ones that got away. We do need a sound grab for her, but the ones that got away. We've gotten quite a few like great English yet again. Notable players from Freo. Obviously Henry and Hill are the ones that
Mhm.
stand out to me. I think that
And Ross. We got Ross. He was at Freo
But technically,
before.
he was us first. So we
Yeah.
just got him back.
Yeah.
which,
It was
you know,
his last
again,
straw.
three-
except not.
yeah, three quite notable and influential players,
Zach
which has
Dawson.
been, who we're just going to talk about.
Mm.
Zachy Dawson.
Hmm.
Also Blake Acres.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Yeah,
about him. Didn't really
yeah.
care about that, to be honest.
Yeah, but like
To be fair, he's like
dominating
killing
now.
it. He's doing pretty well at Carlton
Yeah,
now, but I feel
yeah.
like, you know, after being kind of shit at St
Yeah.
Kilda and not
Mm.
that great
Yes.
at Freo.
Yeah.
So goes
So-
the curse.
You
That's
do you at
part of-
Carlton's
yeah.
up.
But like
Part of
anywhere
the curse, isn't it?
but anywhere but Carlton.
Mm.
And also I saw a stat, I think it was yesterday, whatever. Jade Gresham is like the most improved player from
I
a
said
trade.
that. It drives me nuts. Last time I was here, I got so mad about Gresh.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I remember like disagreeing with you, being like, no, it's only because he's in a
But a lot of
shit
people disagree
team.
with me.
Yeah, but now like the stats prove it. So you're one step ahead of the game. You need to like rethink your career and like be
I
a
feel like
statistician
Gresh
or
was
something.
Good for us though, but I feel like he was also a selfish player, and
Yes.
it was around the time. I know, you know, he obviously was with us last year, and he had a bit of injury, he didn't play every game, and then, you know, prior to that, when I feel like everyone wanted him to have his breakout year and he had his good games, it was when we didn't literally barely have a forward line.
Yeah.
We had
Mhm.
Josh Bruce, who wasn't performing.
Yeah.
We had Membry, who was literally carrying the forward line on his bloody shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, and I can't even tell you, Jack Loney.
Oh yeah.
He didn't. I feel like when
Forgets he exists.
he should have been at his best for us,
Yeah.
he was never going to be because of what was happening around him with the people. And then he became a selfish player. And then everyone,
Yes,
you know, when we sort of started getting some momentum in the forward line, you know, he would still be doing the same things that he was doing, but he was selfish because he wasn't kicking them off. But you know, he was trying to be. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not in his brain, so I'm just assuming. You know, he was probably just trying to kick those goals that no one else was kicking.
Yeah. And that's how we got used to
So
playing.
good on him.
his
Good on him,
game.
Gresh, for going.
I don't know good on him. Annoying. I think it's incredibly
I was off
annoying.
him. I know I was
I'm
off
so
him, but
sore
I
about
didn't
it.
care.
Yes.
He was so average when he played for us.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
occasionally showed moments where he was good, but it's
Yeah.
maybe that's just the St Kilda way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He
I think
he
we-
didn't hurt me. Billings hurt me.
Yeah, Billings.
Getting rid of Billings hurt me, but
Billings. I love Billings, but I feel like he's a little bit made of glass, and I'm shocked that he hasn't been injured yet
Yeah, I
this
know.
season.
I mean, like,
D-Mac
touch
was
wood.
my hardest one.
Yeah, that one really felt bad.
Because I feel like he actually could
Really
have
felt
been
bad.
like an almost A grader had
Yeah.
he have not just had those reoccurring
Yep.
soft tissue injuries. And I know Tiara, like we said that from like we loved him from the start. We were like, we love
Yeah.
D-Mac. And then, you know, towards the end of his career before that last one, he had those few good games where a lot of Saint supporters were like, nah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Like we love D-Mac now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
they
was
just
so good.
really
Where
he
is
switched.
Is he just floating around right
I
now?
think he's
He
playing in
was
the waffle.
delisted,
I could be
right?
wrong on that, but I think he's playing in the waffle.
Yeah, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
local footy.
No,
He's
like the
done.
waffle in
Oh.
in Western
Oh, really?
Australia. I could be wrong on that.
Well, that's still local footy. Oh,
but I
VFL
think
vibes.
I heard rumors. I mean, before the season started,
local
that
boy, though.
West Coast were
Is
looking
he?
at him.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought I heard something
Yeah,
about him
But I think maybe
in the ether
let
somewhere.
me Google him. I'm fairly certain he's playing in.
He'll
the,
play amazing
he
for
grew
another
up near
team.
me
That's
though.
what's gonna happen.
He's a local boy.
He's from like
Mount Waverley.
yeah.
Yeah, not a stalker or anything. I just
What's his address? Do you message
Have you
him?
been in his DMs?
I actually there's no.
I was drunk. Yes, I was drunk.
So there's this like event that's like, I don't know, popular with like my high school like area, whatever. And every Christmas Eve we go to the Nottingham Hotel, which is in like, I don't know, Clayton or something. And he is there every single Christmas Eve without a fail. I'm always like, D-Mac. And then he's like, hey.
Sorry, where is it? Christmas Eve. I don't have plans.
The night.
Except going to sleep for Santa to come give me some good presents. It's also his birthday. I've just Wikipedia'd him in 4 days. Sorry,
Oh my
not
God,
today.
happy birthday,
Happy birthday
And,
to you.
He is
I
one
miss
that got away,
you.
kind of.
That kind of rhymed.
Oh,
And he's beautiful.
One
It's another
memento.
poem.
I don't know. And I'm under pressure to find out what he's doing. Whatever you're doing,
I
D-Mac,
did hear a rumor about
do it
him
well.
being looked at by another team, but I
Yeah.
couldn't remember what it
Okay.
was.
So maybe he relocated.
So
Yeah.
maybe, but I am sad that he's
Yeah, me
no
too.
longer with us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
well, he's still.
No, I mean with St Kilda.
Yeah, I know.
Look, if you're gone, you're just as good as dead. Okay. If you're not playing for us, what are you? You're nothing to me.
Fair.
Unless you're Jimmy Elliott, obviously. We know that guy. He's okay.
Toby Elliott and his DMs are wide open. Wide open.
Yes, my profile's public, but my DMs are private.
Oh my God, you're so funny. Brilliant. Okay.
I think I'm going to steal that. I've like never heard that before.
It just came out. I don't think.
I actually think that might be my
Right.
Tinder bio. So thank you so much.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I might re-download Hinge.
Yeah.
Just to put that in my bio.
Put it in a prompt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. So good. All right. So yeah, to wrap up the ones that got away. Love you, Henry. Love you, Hill. Oh, yeah, Dawson, yeah. Whatevs. Acres, pop off anywhere but Carlton, but that's just my personal opinion. Before we wrap up, we will quickly talk about the Sebs in honour of Soz. So we lost to the Box Hill Hawks.
In one thuggy.
Yeah, random.
I know. So random.
So random.
So random. I probably would have like gone watched if it wasn't.
In one thing.
Yeah,
Doggy.
that's a game I would have watched. There are a lot of players that we see
Yeah.
in regular games that were
Yeah.
out there
Yeah.
out of form and in form, maybe in form. Oh, I think Pooh had a good game, which is annoying.
He did have a good game.
That's just annoying. That just says something to me about the pressure problem and the mental
Mm.
issues that he's got with when a real.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
So the Hammer, Caminiti had 3 goals.
Yeah, I know you guys hate him, but I'm still on board with the Hammer.
I don't hate him.
I don't hate him
I
either.
just don't think there's a place for him in the team when Max is playing. When
I don't know.
Max and Membry are in. And I'd prefer to see Hayes over him just only at the time being till he gets a bit
yeah.
older.
Yeah.
until he just gets a bit
I
more.
think he needs a little work, but
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how he
Agreed.
will,
Okay.
what
So
he
he's
will
done
become.
potential.
Yeah.
He's done more than I think a lot of people probably would have expected him to do,
I
especially
agree.
last year with Max being out and him literally just being like chucked in the deep end.
Yeah.
As, you know.
But I also think he could be a second ruck.
If he gets a bit more like training and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a
I feel
position
like-
for like.
We can't have
not to be a
Machito
jerk, but,
second
you know
ruck.
what I mean? But
No,
Machito, no, we can't have
no.
Machito there.
No.
I think he wouldn't be a bad person to put there.
Yeah.
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 Anyway,
Agreed.
right, moving on.
So we talk about it quite often, but Zach Jones, brilliant VFL player. So good on you with the 22 disposals. And Filippo had 9 tackles. So, it's always nice to note the players that are on our list. But yeah, they got the loss. We got the loss. It was a sad weekend all around for St Kilda. So on to the next week, I guess,
God, I was
ladies
just
and
thinking.
gents. So we play Freo on Saturday at 7:35, and it's at Marvel, so there will be no away games hosted by your favourite Sainted Love crew.
Mhm.
Bring
So
your sage.
at
bring your
Just the
Marvel.
sage. Just the sage.
just the sage.
Lifting of the curse
Yes.
out the front of aisle
That's right.
29.
It's happening. So you will at the front of aisle 29. So if you see some smoke, just like don't worry about it.
Who said Marvel City?
Marvel's not
Fire,
burning
that was
down.
me.
We're just having a thing.
That's it. And if anybody knows like any seckies that work at Marvel Stadium, just
Just let them know. Just
Yeah.
let them know we're not starting fires.
Yeah.
It's
We're
just smoke, no fire.
lifting the curse.
lifting the curse.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us once again. Thank you, Anna. Thank you,
Thank you.
Amber.
Thank you.
As always, calm the saners. And on to next week. See you next Wednesday or Tuesday, depending on if you're listening or watching. Toodles.
Bye.